No, 93, from 92 when I started, 93 when I stopped. I remember I was doing graffiti in Palisades High School. I was doing graffiti on the wall. And Mr. Marshall comes in, he's like, William? I'm like, hey, Mr. Marshall. He was like, what are you doing? I'm like, no, I'm just, I like this guy's like continuous. And the guy's name was Express. And I was traced his name. Rest in peace, Richard Taylor. And I flushed the marker down the toilet. And my tag was right besides. But I was quick-witted. I was quick with my BS to flush the marker down the toilet and like, no, Mr. Marshall, I wasn't writing. And he was like, get over here, check my pockets. And he found some weed in my pocket. And I'm like, oh, fuck. And so Mr. Marshall's like, William, I can expel you for this. I'm like, Mr. Marshall, this is not my weed. This is not even my jacket. He was like, you expect me to believe that? I'm like, Mr. Marshall, if this was my weed, I would have smoked it. I'm not even gonna lie to you, I smoke. But this is not my weed. I didn't even know I had weed in my jacket. He was like, you know what? I could expel you for this. I could kick you out of the school. But we're gonna put you in rehab. So I had to go to rehab at Palisades High School for weed. What? Because I admitted that I smoked weed.
Okay.
And
this answers your question about why Democrats lose.
So then,
really, I mean, like, not everything has a bureaucratic solution.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like, it's too much.
So I went, and they were like, we had to stand up and say like, my name is William Adams.
Oh, for fuck's sake! Like an AA meeting?
Yeah, but I went to Palisades, so we had rich kids that smoked. There were cokeheads there.
Oh.
Mushrooms, like everybody, the pillars.
So this is 98? No, this is 90.
This is 93.
So who else was there in 93? Like other celebrities?
93, Whoopi Goldberg's daughter. We went to school together.
Was in this program?
No.
Oh.
Not in the program, but we went to Palisades
okay,
together.
I see.
But yeah, Pally was a great school. But when I was there in the program, I was like, look, weed makes me creative. I was like the typical, weed spokesman. It slows down my mind for me to I could freestyle right now. Anyhow, and then a couple of weeks later is when I had that moment, and from there.
So what town did you grow up in?
I grew up in East LA, Boyle Heights, and got bussed out to Palisades.
Oh.
So I got bussed out for 12 years, for 12 years of my life. 12 years, 2 hours to and from Boyle Heights to Palisades.
Pacific Palisades?
Yeah. I went to Brentwood Science Magnet.
It's not 2 hours.
Huh?
It's not 2 hours. Boyle Heights?
An hour and a half dropping off everybody on the way.
Oh, it was a bus.
Yeah. So we had to pick up everybody.
So you were bused there?
Yeah.
It was like a busing thing?
Yeah, magnet program.
And you wanted it?
Yeah, it was the best thing ever happened to me.
Really? Because you did like that school better.
I like hanging out in Palisades and Par Rivera Junior High, but going to Brentwood Elementary School, compared to the teachers, the equipment, the curriculum, in Boyle Heights, I'm so blessed to have gone to Brentwood Science Magnet.
And what do we owe this disparity to? If we had to. I mean, why was one place so much better?
Oh, my mom. Oh, shit. What are you talking about? Zoning.
Zoning.
The zoning. In Brentwood, you don't have liquor stores and check cashing and
Right.
That cocktail of liquor store, check cash, motel, strip club right next to the school. That cocktail is a setup, right? Because that means there's no financial literacy. You get a check, you cash it. You get some money, you go to that liquor store.
Or the strip club.
From there, you either go to the strip club, you go home, you go to the motel, because somebody got kicked out of the house. Why would there be a motel there? Why that combination? And bad food that's gonna create hypertension, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, diabetes.
So how do we change that? And whose fault is it that it's there?
I think it's if you look at it for face value and that setup, because in areas where you have that cocktail, folks that live in communities like that have a higher percentage of going to prisons. And those prisons are also privatized.
Yes.
So you have privatized prisons, horrible food, no financial literacy, addicted to substances, and the dehumanizing of people, seeing them as objects. And you don't have that in areas where people are affluent, they have financial literacy, they get money, they grow wealth. They eat better. The food in their community is healthier for them. So,
but what I'm getting at is where do we find the root of this problem? Who's responsible for changing it? I'm just asking. I'm not loading the question. I remember having Wynton Marsalis on. You know Wynton, right? Mm-hmm. And we were talking about. I think it's. I hope I'm not misquoting or misremembering. But come on. Sometimes I blame the pot if I am. But I think it was Wynton, and we were talking about Newark, and he was saying that, Republican administration, Democrat administration, it still looks like Newark. Mm. And I remember playing there many times. And you would, I remember where the plane landed and then driving to the venue, and you would pass through this section of town that looked shitty, like what you're talking about. And then you'd get to a different section of town where this nice, there was 4 blocks of, nice buildings. And it just seemed like whoever is in charge, Newark's gonna Newark. Mm. Why are the Democrats better if it doesn't change when they're in charge? Like, why does it always seem, this is what we were kind of like musing over. Like, who's not doing what? And why, if the Democrats are a better party for people of color, why doesn't it look different when they're in charge?
That's the riddle. But both Democrat and Republican are to blame for how communities are zoned. Like, there should be some things like you don't mix. You don't mix, poison in the water.
Right.
You don't put certain combinations together. And so that combination in certain communities, you can't blame the result. And to survive in those communities, people were selling illegal substances. That illegal substance is now legal. There's folks that were selling weed in the hood that had to go to prison.
What about a weed store? When you say, oh, you shouldn't have the school next to the strip club and the liquor and the blah, 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 would you put a weed store in that category with the things that shouldn't be? Because I own one.
So, no.
Or partly own one.
So I would look at it like, I don't think weed is bad.
Me neither.
Like, everything at moderation, depending on the person. Some people's tolerance is here, some people's tolerance is there.
Right.
There's obviously a business that, and I'm biased to what I'm about to say because I know people that went to prison for a long time when they were selling weed when it was illegal. Now that they've gotten out, you would think they're gonna get out and be the best weed seller, but they can't even do that in a way where now it's weed billboards. And folks that have spent a lifetime doing something that's now illegal, that to me is heartbreaking.